Hello and welcome back to another episode. This week's video is going to be a little bit different because I'm swapping this for this. This week I'm going to be walking at the breathtaking Pembrokeshire Coast Path.
On this stretch there are numerous very steep hills and sheer cliffs to seaward.
So you can expect stunning views, lots of laughs and definitely lots of mishaps. On you.
No!
And I'm not going alone. This is Hetty. I've known Hetty for over 10 years, and if there's one thing I can tell you is that she's always up for an adventure. Whether it's walking the Southwest Coast Path or going on an epic road trip across France, she always brings the energy, the laughs and the good vibes every time. Oh, and I almost forgot. We can't come to Wales and not bring our own lamb, Lucy. This is Lucy the lamb and she's coming along for the ride. So while we're climbing cliffs, soaking up the views and getting lost, Lucy will be chilling with her fluffy ears and rainbow wings. And our journey started in the lovely town of Cardigan, South Wales. So we've arrived in our parking spot in Cardigan. So we were supposed to be driving to Haverfordwest and getting a bus here. So when we finished, we only had to get a bus to Haverfordwest. But now we have to get 2 buses when we finish. Anyway, we both got matching hats because Hetty didn't have a hat. And now we look like fast food workers.
Can I take your order, please?
But this is Hetty on day 1 of the Coast Path.
Hello.
This is me on day 1 of the Coast Path. And here we go. There's the car there. This is the start of our epic 186 mile walk. How are you feeling, Hetty?
Honestly, my hip hurts already.
So my bag weighs 19 kilos. You don't know how much yours weighs, do you?
Probably about 25.
And we're in a place called Cardigan. But the start of the walk is actually in a place called St Dogmaels, which is a mile away. But the bus will drop us off here when we're finished. So we're now going to take a stroll to St Dogmaels and find the starting point of the walk. So we've been walking for less than a minute.
Toilets. I'm just going to get to the toilet.
And we're already lost. I think we're on the road to St Dogmaels. But I actually have no idea. Hey, needs the toilet.
Do you mean they're in use?
Yeah, why not? So we've made it to the start of the Pembrokeshire Coast Path. This is the start of 186 miles.
That's what she says.
And it is already absolutely stunning. So we're in St Dogmaels, so you can either start here or finish here. We're choosing to start here. And here's a little map.
So we're here. And we're following all of this. There's a penguin.
This whole thing. And we're following the acorn, so we're following this little acorn. And last year, after walking 630 miles on the coast path, we both got matching acorn tattoos. We have just 6 days to see how far we can get on the Pembrokeshire Coast Path. We're hoping to complete as much of the coast path as possible on this trip. So we've now been walking for about 4 hours and we've made it to a campsite called Aber Pwll. And we're just chilling for a little snack and then we're going to continue walking. And we have realised that there is nothing for 2 days, so it's going to be 2 days of remoteness and there's going to be no shops. So hopefully we've got enough water.
I've got 5 meals with me, so I'll be okay.
5 meals?
Meals.
Oh, meals. I mean like 5 meals of water. I was like, what?
I've got 3 litres. Did you get that?
No, I literally pressed play a second too late. Well done, girl. So we've made it to our camp spot for the evening. Hetty is having, what are you having?
I'm having vegan orzo bolognese.
Ooh, so that one requires water, so you have to put water in there.
So it's lovely, it's like a hot water bottle.
And then it takes how long?
15 minutes apparently to rehydrate. I don't know if I put the right amount of water in. And then Alex in here. What have you got, Alex? It's heating up, so I won't ruin it.
Sausage and beans, which is like in a wet pouch, and you put the whole pouch in water.
And it's just firing away. I don't know if you can see the flame, but it's hot.
And it just heats up, and that's a little jet oil that's cooking it.
It has been a long evening. I think what's the time now?
It's 8:20 and we've just stopped.
You can probably see I look a bit red.
And we started walking at 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
Wow, what a day! What a day!
What a day!
And
Lots of snacks.
we've snuck into this farmer's field, and we plan to pitch our tent here.
I had to climb through a cow's trough.
Hetty climbed through that cow's trough.
Still flexible after 10 hours walking. 10 hours?
And we plan to just pitch the tent where we are. Go to sleep, wake up, and start again.
We're basically sitting in our bed now.
Lovely, bloody gorgeous. But this is our view. It's absolutely stunning. And here it is. There's some beans in there. There's some sausages in there. That looks disgusting. What does yours look like?
It's going to steam up the camera.
After 8 hours walking, that is not what you want.
Why does it look like that?
How is it?
Tasteless. Is that edible? I'm not branding that.
Let me see inside. Oh, lovely.
They might have killed me.
So my watch is saying we have done 24,000 steps. I don't actually know how many miles we've walked today because we have no phone signal, but we know that we'll be in Newport tomorrow, and hopefully we can get some more supplies because I've already run out of water.
Cheers to that.
Cheers, figures, you.
Oh my god.
What's happening?
It hurts. Oh no.
Day 2, we've just woken up in this tent and it is like, it's so small.
It's really small.
Oh, we
didn't
worse
sleep very
night's
well.
sleep. Yeah, it was bad.
Show them the view though. Maybe it's worth it for this view, I'm not sure this one. It is sunny.
And the time is 8:06 and we've left our camping spot, and as you can see we've left absolutely no trace. So no one will even know that we've been here. Thank you very much. And today we are heading into a little village called Newport. And that's not Newport, the big Newport, that's the little Newport, right on the coast.
Little Newport.
So pretty much since we've started, the path has been like this, right along the cliff edge, and so overgrown. And we've both got shorts on, so we're going to be covered in ticks probably. So this is now what we're dealing with. This is the path. And you can't actually see anything. So this is the coast path and it runs right along the edge of the cliff. And that is just a sheer drop.
Scary.
Scary!
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Rock and Cliff.
More rock and cliff.
Rock and cliff all around us.
Rock and cliff. So after 2 days of trekking over the cliffs, we finally made it to Newport Beach, where they have public toilets and hopefully somewhere to fill up my water, because my water bladder is empty and that is all I've got left. So we've woken up on a place called Dinas Island, and it's not actually an island, but it's actually stunning up here. We're just a couple of miles from Fishguard, so down there you can see a little harbour, that's Fishguard. So we're going to walk into Fishguard today, get some lunch, walk back out. This was our camping spot for the night. Don't do it, Lucy! No! Lucy! There's sheep on the path. Sheep walking the Pembrokeshire Coast Path. Shame they can't carry our bags. The scenery along this stretch of coast path has been like nothing else. So we've just had a little break at the beach.
Lovely beach.
We're going to do our final stretch into
Fishguard.
Yay! And then Fishguard has a co-op, so we're going to get all of our essentials from the co-op in Fishguard.
Very exciting.
Then we're going to head to Strumblehead Lighthouse, hopefully today, but we're not sure. And after the co-op in Fishguard, there's no shops for about 2 days, so we need to make sure that we stock up on supplies
I've got
for our
probably
bellies.
a little bit there.
So we've just been to the co-op in Fishguard and spent £18. Everyone knows that co-op is expensive, but I got a chicken and bacon Caesar pasta salad, some porridge pots, some Starbursts, 2 tins of rice pudding. Not sure how nutritious that's going to be, but hopefully filling. Meow. So we've made it to Fishguard. Here's the ferry port. So this is where the ferry leaves to Ireland. Yay! So we've just looked at the map and we've realised we've walked 27 miles since we started on Sunday afternoon, and it is now Tuesday afternoon, and we're both very tired. Our feet are aching.
Oh, I'm not. I've got so much energy.
And I think we underestimated how hard this was going to be. And if I show you, that's where we slept last night, on top of that hill. Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
So we were just walking along. I looked down at the rocks and there's a little colony of seals. Look how cute that is. They're all just like basking in the sun on the rocks. So we're in the tent having dinner. This is dinner for tonight. Rice pudding.
And a carrot.
Rice pudding and a carrot. Do you want to dip your carrot in my rice pudding?
Go away.
This is our view this evening. Absolutely stunning. So to make dinner a bit more interesting, there's some M&Ms in there. Oh, lovely. Good morning. We've woken up. It's an amazing farmer's field, and I've honestly forgotten where we are. And we haven't seen anyone since we got here at 8 o'clock last night. We probably haven't seen anyone since 6, have we?
well.
We had the most amazing sleep. And we are now going to head to Strumblehead, which is a lighthouse. So we're going to make our way there. Hopefully find some water because we don't have much. I look gorgeous today. Everyone tell me I look gorgeous in the comments below.
And then we were like, oh, we're there. And then we saw it at the actual.
So right next to the lighthouse is this old building. It's got loads of interesting information about the lighthouse, including a little map just here. So I'm going to take a good look at this map, and all along our shipwrecks. So we're going to definitely look up some shipwrecks as well. So this sign here says that this is a World War II building which attracts thousands of visitors every year, and it was part of an experimental and highly secret microwave communication system which was later used in the successful D-Day invasion of mainland Europe. How fascinating is that? And it is now used by thousands of people for conservation, and it says here that we'll hopefully be able to see some whales. So we're going to sit back, eat our lunch, and do some whale watching in Wales. On you.
No, where?
What's that? Is there?
Did you feel?
I actually do have shampoo. Do you want some?
It's tempting, but there's people coming. Gal, do you want to do this?
Yeah, I might in a minute.
It's absolutely lovely.
It's just washing her hair. So we have made it to Pwll Youth Hostel, but the youth hostel has been rented out for a private group. So this is what Hetty's resorting to.
It's very cold.
A shower.
Actually, it was hot at first.
With leftover water from the jet boil.
Alex's leftover chicken tikka water.
And I've just had a peri peri chicken ration pack. So we've just left Pwll Youth Hostel and we're now back on the path. Well, we're actually on the road, but the scenery up here is some of the best we've seen. We were just saying the part from Pwll Youth Hostel is the most beautiful section of the Pembrokeshire Coast Path so far. You can see the ferry over there that's heading to Rosslerin Island. Stunning. Made it to a little fishing village called Aber Castle, and it is absolutely gorgeous here. And we plan to get here so we can have dinner on a bench, use the bins and use the toilets all at the same time. So we're gonna have dinner. Just made mac and cheese. That's dinner for
I think
tonight.
it might be mac and oil.
Mac and oil. Just made mac and oil. And yeah, so we're going to have dinner here and then we're going to walk a little bit further, and the time is currently 8:15, and because it's the middle of June, as you can see, the sun is still very high in the sky, so this is the best time to walk because it's cooled down. And yeah, hopefully we'll find a good spot tonight. Pudding is served. We have warm chocolate brownie which is about to pour out the packet.
Also get OS maps.
So we're just leaving Aber Castle, and the coast path out of Aber Castle is glorious. The sun's literally just setting now behind this hill, so I'm hoping if we're quick enough we'll catch it.
What's the time?
And just there, some people that are spearfishing. Amazing. It's 9:20 and we're still walking. It's 9:20, it's this light and we're still out walking. So I think it's going to be a late night tonight because tomorrow there's a heat wave coming and we do not want to be out on this path in a heat wave. So we're going to try and walk as much as we can tonight and then start early in the morning and try and get as much as we can done. But honestly, it's been worth every minute and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
Hello.
We've made it to the old fishing village of Pembrokeshire. This is where they used to bring all of the slate in from a quarry just around the corner. So they used to quarry around the corner and they bring it all in here and store it in these buildings, including this one. So we left Pembrokeshire about 10 minutes ago. There's a stunning beach just down here. There's 90 steps to get down to it. But when you're down to it, look how beautiful that is. It's now the 19th of June and today is officially the hottest day of the year. And we've just made it to a place on the Pembrokeshire Coast Path called the Blue Lagoon. And this is the old quarry where they used to dig the slate out. And now there's a little spot that you can jump off into. And as you can see, there's an activity group here and it is a carnage. So I don't think we'll be jumping off here today. But you can see them just over there, jumping off the wall, co-steering. So after nearly running out of water, we've just found a tap at a campsite just off the coast path. So we've just left Aber Pwll. Is it Aber Pwll?
Aber Pwll, yeah.
Just left Aber Pwll and we've just found this tap and honestly like it has saved our lives.
Wasting water. Alright, that's enough for me. Oh, do I need a wee? I can't tell.
We've been in this secluded little cove called Aber Pwll for a couple of hours now and we pitched the tent up for some shade because it got so hot we couldn't actually cope any longer, so Hetty's asleep in the tent having an afternoon nap. But we've been here all afternoon. It's now 4:30 and we haven't seen anyone, like not even one person. It's incredible. This is like one of the hottest days of the year. There's a campsite at the top of the hill, but it's more for like school groups. So yeah, it's very quiet down here. I'll put the link in the description. But as you can see, the water is crystal clear. So after 5 hours of hiding from the sun, we finally left the cove. It's straight up a massive hill, but it's cooled down a lot, so hopefully we'll get a couple of hours in tonight and hopefully get to White Sands Bay. This section from Aber Pwll to White Sands is about 10 miles and we're probably about 2 miles in maybe, and we haven't seen anyone pretty much all day. And we were told that this is a very remote section and there'll be no water points and will be very remote, so be interesting to see if we see anyone, but we're hoping to get to White Sands tomorrow so we can get to St David's and get back to Cardigan. So Hetty has been waiting 15 minutes for the water in her ration pack to make her food, and
It's dal
and rice with
spinach.
Lovely. We've just stopped in a little bit of shade that we found and it's still boiling hot. Like actually boiling hot. It's 8 o'clock and we've had to stop for dinner in some shade because we were dying. How is it?
Do you have any salt?
So we finished dinner and we've started walking again. The time is now 10 to 9 in the evening and it is by far the best time to walk. It's cooled down. The sun's starting to slowly come down. And it's so peaceful and calm. I don't know if you're able to see them, but there's dolphins. Look at that. I've been waiting this whole entire trip to see dolphins. We've woken up in this gorgeous spot, and for the first time in days the sun has completely gone and I'm kind of grateful for it. We've now been walking since Sunday. Today is Friday and yeah, it's been tough but it's been amazing, and we've got one final stretch into White Sands and then we'll be getting a bus back to the car. We've arrived in St David's. How does it feel, girl?
Lovely.
We just got the bus up from White Sands and now we have to get another bus to Haverfordwest and then another bus to Cardigan.
It was called the Celtic Coaster. It felt like a roller coaster.
We have a 2-hour wait for our bus to Haverfordwest, so whilst we're in St David's we thought we'd come to the famous cathedral, see what it's all about. Here it is. Here's the famous St David's Cathedral. It's absolutely incredible. Look at this building. Can I pet that dog? My name's Alex and this is day 6 of the Pembrokeshire Coast Path.
And my name's Hetty and this is day 6 of the Pembrokeshire Coast Path.
Definitely tired.
Definitely greasy.
Not showered in 6 days.
Ew.
This has been the best trip
Ever.
So if you're considering going on a walking holiday
With your busy mate.
with your busy mate, pack your bags and go. When we started the Pembrokeshire Coast Path in Cardigan, we had no idea how far we'd make it, but we managed to walk 60 miles in 6 days, even with our heavy bags, all the way from Cardigan to St David's. That leaves us with 124 miles still to go, so we'll be heading back to Wales soon to finish the journey, so stay tuned for part 2.